Hello friends, welcome to another tutorial of Angular 2.0 version. Today we will be having an understanding of the complete flow of the Angular project and what are components. So these 2 points will be seen in today's tutorial. In previous tutorial we have seen what is the function of each file in the project and what all packages does it hold and where do we do our project work. So today, as discussed, we'll see the function of the Angular project, starting right from main TS, how the call goes to Angular project and how does it renders the page, and what are components. That is the main part of today's tutorial. So let's have a look. Code editor which we are using is Visual Studio Code. I'll just start it. The project which we were using previously, that is Angular to get demo. Here we have the same project. Okay, so let's start. Now, if you guys know that there is no such concept of scope or controller in Angular 2, whereas there was a concept of scope and controller in Angular 1.x version. So let's have a look how Angular 2.0 works. Okay, so first and the very most important thing is main.ts. So this is the main file which will be called first when the application starts. So platform browser dynamic from Angular platform browser dynamic. So this is the package, the node module which has been imported first, especially for the browser. Okay, and then starts the app module, and then it is bootstrapped. The app module is bootstrapped. So what is this app module? Basically this is a component. Okay, now let's have a look what is app module. So we are starting right from here. Okay, so this is the first call, then moving on to app module which is located in app. Let's go here, app module.ts. Now whenever we refer to any file, the important file that we have to look into is .ts file, because these two files are automatically generated, that is .js and .js.map. Okay, so let's have a look at app.module.ts. Basically app module will have all the generic functionality. Okay, this is not a component. I'm sorry, previously I said that this is a component, but this is not actually a component. This is a module which keeps all the generic setting of the application. So it is a very important thing, and in the next video we will be having a look how these generic settings, the abstract settings, are to be kept in different folder. But let's now understand the flow. Okay, first call will be here in main.ts, and then you can see in the second syntax here it is importing app.module. So let's go to app.module. Okay, these two are the basic things that are to be done. Angular core, everything will be starting from Angular core. You make any component, Angular core is always to be included, is to be imported. Okay, a browser module, as said, that it keeps the generic functionality. So from a node module, a browser module, a browser platform module is included, so that the rendering pattern is constant for all the browser and any type of browser. Okay, so moving further, now if you see in app.module file, this import is done of app component. Now this is actually a component. Okay, and then in this decorator, if you see in this import, browser module is imported. In declaration, app component is included. In bootstrap, app component. Now let me tell you, all the generic functionality when you include like ng module, browser module, or in the next upcoming videos where we'll be having a look how a form is to be designed. So for that you have to import a form module. In maybe you have to write under this so as to include the form module. Then you have to when you write service, for that you have to include HTTP module. So all those module which you declare here are to be included here in import. Okay, now declaration. So all the components that you create from the user side, like we guys developer, so they are to be declared here. Okay, and bootstrap. Now bootstrap is a thing whenever a call goes to main.ts, then it will include app.module so as to app.module.ts so as to check all the generic settings of the application, and accordingly it will render a page. So which page to display first on the browser, that is decided by Bootstrap. Now app component is the component which is to be displayed to the browser first time when the application loads. Okay, now let's go to this app component. Now we have seen what is module. Module keeps the setting of the application, what all generic node modules are to be included, the declarations that it also stores the declaration. It means that all the component that you will be declaring in future, you have to include it here. You have to import and declare it here. Bootstrap, which page to show first, which component to show first when the browser is loaded. Okay, so let's move on to this import app component. Now as said previously, we have to go to .ts file. So let's see .ts file of app.component. Now if you see here app.component.ts file, this is a very important thing. As I have said previously, that core is always to be included, always to be imported. So you can see here, this is a exported class component, and the node module is Angular core. Okay, so here is a class declared, and it is decorated by this component. Now, what is a component? Now, as I said, that Angular 2.0 basically consists of components, right? It does not include scope or controller. Component is basically a collection of this class which is decorated by the metadata. Now, where is the metadata? It's this. Okay. So whenever @symbol you see, it is termed to be as the decorator. It means that it provides some metadata to the particular class so as to render. Okay, now let's see what all types can we provide in metadata. It is given in the official Angular website, the metadata that can be provided: animation, change detection, host, input, output. Now right now in our application we have provided template and selector. Okay, this one. Now, if you go have a look, we have provided selector and a template, and you see here is this Angular expression in double curly brackets name, and similarly in class we have to declare all the expressions and their values accordingly. So name is been specified as Angular, and we'll have name here. And what is the selector? Now selector is my app. Okay, so basically if you see index file, the main file. Now, if you see here, there are tags of my app, opening tag and closing tag. And if you have a look at app.component.ts, you see here, my app is the selector tag. So all your HTML will be loaded between those tags. So this is why it is very necessary to provide the selector, because if you don't provide the selector, Angular will not know where to load your template or your HTML file if you provide template URL. Like we have one of the metadata for template URL. So these two components, these two metadata, that is selector and template, are one of the very most important thing that you have to specify in the metadata. Okay, and this together, all these things that you have seen, a class which has been decorated by the metadata, this all together forms a component. This thing, the thing that you see in front screen, app.component.ts, this all forms to be a single component. Now it's not that it is named here app.component.ts, so it is called as component. No, it is just a naming convention which is generated by default. These are all the by default file. You can give it any name. So we have seen what is component. This together forms a component, and component is everything in AngularJS. So let's have a summary how this works. Whenever you type npm start in the command prompt, the first call will go to main ts. It will import a module, app.module, so as to load the generic settings which is here, sorry, in ts file. Okay, all the settings will be loaded, and then it will search for its first component so as to render on the browser. Okay, and it is also specified here bootstrap, so this component will be rendered on the browser. So let's go to app component, and if you see here app.component, it means that app.component.ts. So let's go here. Now this says that selector is my app and template is this. Okay, and here it is given in expression, so it means that it will have a value of angular, a string value angular. Okay, now this is how a page will be rendered in front of us in a form of component at backend. So let's have a look. I'll just open a command prompt. I'll go one step back. As you know, we have to go to the root project, that is Angular 2 Git demo. I'll type npm start, press enter. It is building the project. So this complete template here will be rendered into these tags, and these tags are present here. So your template will be rendered here, and as you can see the browser is popped up. So hello Angular. Again let me show you in app.component.ts. See, here is hello and Angular, as we have specified the name here. If I specify my name and I save it, changes will be automatically refreshed like hello Amol. And as I said, it will be rendered in my app tag, which is present in index.html. Okay, so here let's have a look in the browser. I'll just inspect it. As I said, it will be rendered in my app. Okay, so this is a complete flow of the project. Okay, so in this tutorial we have seen the flow of Angular project. That's it for today.